in his abandoned vision, all darkness and musculature and beauty, all hope and courage and belief, all faith and strength, all going down, swinging, all struggling against the darkness and formlessness and void of pre-creation, all pounding on the gates of heaven for one more yes, all straining against the evening of the seventh day, all demanding an eighth day, all demanding everything, all things right now. Because here is no half-assed clump of primordial lava, smug and content with God's departure for a vacation on the coast while the womb bleeds at half-birth. Here is an awakening. Here is a rebellion with garments wrinkled from sleeping on the hillside, with hair tangled in the swirl of dreams and the whisper of visions, whose eyes and ears and nose and hands are mad with the sight and sound and smell and feel of more. Here is poetry of living stone alchemy, reaction against satisfaction, and little white houses and graveyards where visiting bones is a subtle preoccupation. See, out here there are no commissions. Out here is the land of the free. Out here we are homeless immortal. Out here we are hopeless eternal. We are free from hope. We are free from hope. Out here we are free. Out here we lay our bodies weary with another morning's hope on mats of stone, bathe in this whole church house, jailhouse, madhouse scene to swim through the savage wakefulness in the night of long shadows, and sit on the edge of the bed, learning to forget, learning to love, the last hope of nothingness, in the sweet comfort of rain and the smell of cigarette smoke, after the imposers and impostors of the offspring of the divine confiscate our children, confiscate our dreams, confiscate our brain cells for their experiments in righteous persecution, leaving behind a starving, skeletal, impossibly broken organic component, divorced from the mommy, daddy, family, baby, manufactured a priori meaning machine, freeing me to become my brother's keeper and my brother's killer, freeing me to become my father's keeper. From the days when he remembered his orphanage, hitching rides across an orphan continent, with the residue of wind and sun in his hair, smoke dancing up from the last ember of his last cigarette, whose smoldering flax he quenched to deliver me from evil, smelling sweet in the soft summer rain, tobacco smelling sweet in the soft summer rain, before he turned with angry fangs and vices of a sanctioned breed, given government clearance for exhibition in the clean light of day to reproduce the savage rhetoric of his abandoning fathers within the mechanism of my resemblance. Freed me to become my father's killer. And I wandered back through dreams, through matrimonies, stolen in a blink under the cover of darkness, to my flat pounding leather boots in the hollow, naked avenues of the financial district, where blind eyes sleep inside the epiphany of cannibalism in relentless darkness, lit by the wink of a neon looking for a drop of whiskey in a dehydrated night, to a darker avenue up in the Bronx, where the other epiphany of incest is the wholly other mass production of transcendence and image. This last generation reaches for a God, and it reproduces itself. 10,000 reproductions, 10,000 cells stamped out on the meta-narrative machinery of the invisible overseers of the American dream and the neo-slavery that is American-style totalitarianism, plutocracy blessed and made sacred by corpulent Baptist preachers stuffed with bacon fat and stashing the holy relics of and naked bones of hungry children in petri dishes under their altars. American-style theocracy, Islam, and Christianity copulating, and creating ritualistic ejaculations upon the stone altar of the madhouse of savage narcotic hegemony. And they leave everything to chance, and they call that God.
Wow.
Good evening. I'm Gary. The centerpiece of tonight's performance readings is from the play The Dutchman. I have to inform you, though, I am not Hunter Prey.
What's that? Why not?
God make a mistake?
I first worked on The Dutchman in 1975, 11 years after it was written. The play is very fascinating, concerns a serial murderess on the prowl in New York City, murdering young black men. The kind of thing that maybe might move you to take a knee today. The play has remained relevant all these years and continues to fascinate me. I'm still learning about the Dutchman. With that, we're going to give you an adaptation, an excerpt, to give you a sense of what the Dutchman is about. Staring at you? What do you mean? I saw you through the window, if that's what it means. But I don't know that I was staring. It seems to me that you were staring through the window at me. Wow. I'll admit I was looking through the window, but the rest of that weight is yours. Staring through windows is weird business, much weirder than staring at abstract asses. That's right. That's pretty funny. Listen, lady, I wasn't really prepared for funny talk. Why not, though? A beautiful woman like you, I'd be a fool not to. But you still haven't told me how you know so much about me. Of course I'll take you to the party. I'll take you to the party, and I bet you a friend of yours. But how can I ask you if I don't know your name? What is it, a secret? Famous woman poet? I mean, you know so much about me. What's my name? God. No, it's Clay. Take your pick. Jackson, Johnson, or Williams. Lula, why don't you go to the party with me tonight? Lula, why don't you go to this party with me tonight? That's strange. It's pretty corny too, huh? Yeah, you could excite me for real here. So are you going to the party with me? Lula? Are you angry about anything? Did I say something wrong? My grandfather was a night watchman. And in college, I thought I was Beau Delaire, but I've slowed down since then. My mother was a Republican.
Yeah.
So, go on. We were talking about my manhood. We were in your living room, talking endlessly about my manhood. So, we finally got there. So is that all? The whole grand tour? I wouldn't lie about something like that to keep you alive. You sure you're not an actress? All that self-aggrandizement, morbid. Are you sure you're not an actress? All scribed. There's no more. There's no funny parts. Well, tell me the almost part then. You said almost all. What happens then? I want the whole story. It sounds great, like old movies. All these people, they must all come from the same place. Do you know about them too? I'm not frightened. Wire. You must be Jewish. All you can think about is wire. Plantations didn't have wire. Plantations were big, open, whitewashed places like heaven. And everybody on them was just groomed to be there, just strumming and humming all day. And that's how the blues was born. What's in those apples? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Snow White, baby, and don't you forget it. You coming on like the lady that smoked up a grass skirt. Be cool. Just sit there and be cool. Lula, why don't you stop it? Then you just shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything. Just keep your stupid mouth closed. Shit. You don't have any sense, Lula, or feelings either. I could murder you now. Such a tiny, ugly throat. I could squeeze it flat and watch you turn blue on the humble for dull kicks. And all these weak-faced old fays squatting around here, staring over their papers at me, murder them too, even if they expected it. That man there, I could rip that Times right out of his face. As skinny and middle class as I am, I could rip that paper right out of his hand. Just as easily rip out his throat. Takes no great effort. To kill you soft idiots, you don't understand anything but luxury. I'm not telling you again, Tallulah Blankhead. Luxury. In your face, in your fingers. You telling me what I ought to do. Well, don't. Don't you tell me anything. If I'm a middle-class fake white man, let me be. And let me be in the way that I want to be. I'll rip your lousy breast off. Let me be who I feel like being. Uncle Tom, Thomas, whoever. It's none of your business. You don't know anything except for what's there for you to see and act. Lies, device. Not the pure heart. Not the pumping black heart. You don't ever know that. And I sit here in this button-up suit to keep myself from cutting all your throats. And I mean wantonly. You great liberated whore. You fuck some black man and right away you an expert on black people. What a lot of shit that is. The only thing you know is that you come if he bangs you hard enough. And that's all. The belly rub, you wanted to do the belly rub. You don't know how. You don't know how. That old dippity dip shit you do, rolling your ass like an elephant, that's not my kind of belly rub. Belly rub is not Queens. Belly rub is dark places. Dark places. Big hats, overcoats held on one arm. Belly rub hates you. All bald-headed old face, popping their fingers and don't know yet what they're doing. Talk about they love Bessie Smith. I love Bessie Smith. You don't even understand that Bessie Smith is saying, kiss my ass. Kiss my black ass. Before love, suffering, desire, anything you can explain. She's saying, and very plainly, kiss my black ass. And if you don't know that, it's you doing the kissing. Charlie Parker. Charlie Parker. All the hip white boys scream for Bird. And Bird is saying, up your ass, feeble-minded old fag, up your ass. Bird, they talk about the tortured genius of Charlie Parker. Bird wouldn't have played a note of music if he'd have just walked up to East 67th Street and killed the first 10 white people he saw. Not a note. And I'm the great would-be poet. That's right, a poet. Some kind of bastard literature. And all it needs is a simple night for us. Just let me bleed you loud, or in one poem vanish. A whole people of neurotics killed for being sane. The only thing that could cure their neurosis would be your murder. I mean, if I murdered you, then other white people would begin to understand me. You understand? No, I guess not. If Bessie Smith had killed some white people, she wouldn't have needed that music. She could have talked straight and plain about the world. No metaphors, no grunts, no wiggles in the dark of her soul. Just straight 2 and 2 is 4. Money, power, luxury, like that. Oh, you crazy niggas turning their back on sanity. When all it takes is a simple knife thrust. Murder, just murder, would make them all sane. But shit, who needs it? I'd rather be a fool. Safe with my insanity. No deaths, clean, hard lives, urging me on to new conquest. My people's madness, that's a laugh, my people. They don't need me to claim them. They got arms and legs of their own. Personal insanities, mirrors. They don't need any defense. One thing more. When you tell this to your father, who's probably the kind of man who needs to know it once so he can plan ahead, don't preach so much Western rationalism to these niggas. Let them alone. Let them sing curses to you in code and see your filth as simple lack of style. Don't make the mistake through some Christian charity of talking too much about the advantages of Western rationalism or the great intellectual of the white man. Maybe they'll begin to understand. And then maybe one day you'll find they do understand. And on that day, as sure as shit, all these fantasy people, all these blues people, and on that day, sure as shit, when you really believe you can accept them into your fold as half-white trustees laid up the subject peoples with no more blues except the very old ones, and not a watermelon in sight. The great missionary heart will have triumphed, and all these ex-coons will be stand-up Western men with eyes of clean, hard, useful lives, sober, pious, and sane, and they'll murder you. They'll murder you and have very rational explanations, very much like your own. They'll cut your throats, drag you out to the edge of your cities where the flesh can fall away from your bones in sanitary isolation. But I guess we're not going to have this little party we outlined earlier. So I'm gonna collect my stuff. Yeah. Have a nice life. Sing. Back to the beginning.
Do you hear me?
So the moral of the story is don't talk narrative, just read it.
The moral of the story is who's the dog, fucking obey,
Like with another person.
I was just like, why is she making out with that apple?
What a tongue! I was sitting over there, what a tongue!
So, I said, like, he did better than he does.
Ready to go?
I ate it great. Yeah.
Enjoying
Oh,
yourself?
man. That was
Are
awesome.
you enjoying yourself?
Jake,
So anyway,
where's Nina at?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So Dutch right
it was an adaptation of Dutchman by Mary
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Good job.
So let's take 5, get a smoke break, we got music, poetry, so please don't forget about the
Just trying to get here, this will get us to stay for another drink.
So it's around here, if you're interested in that, please put your name on it. If you get to know people, then people
The recording kept stopping and stuff. It kept starting over. And then I'd have to find it. There was no way to even find it.
This guy.
I just made another one yesterday.
Yes, that's right.
We just, I had given the kids dinner.
Could you do that apple thing for me?
Oh my gosh. Let it in the Put it on his hand.
I was sitting over there so I could see it all.
I turned around and there were.
By the way, this is my wife Mary, she hates you.
So you're not gonna eat all those?
Oh, I'm full. I am full. Do you have a garbage can? You can put these in?
Yeah. We have one right here. Wait, how about this one?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
What time is it? That's it?
I liked your speech just now.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We didn't know practice at all. I mean,
It doesn't,
Okay.
because you were big.
character acting and stuff.
Right.
And I also.
Yeah, well, you know, when they had films,
Yeah.
facial
Would
expression.
you like to leave in 20
Slight
minutes?
stretches of the eyebrows. And I saw
You're
that.
good.
Thank you. Everybody's
Having fun?
Arnie, nice to meet you.
I remember your name.
I'm enjoying myself.
Okay, good. Yeah, I met someone else tonight. Their sister was named Rachel, so we were probably all born at the same time when it was popular.
Your sister was named?
No, I met someone else tonight and her sister was named Rachel.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you're the second person tonight that has told me they know someone else named Rachel.
Okay.
And I don't run into that a lot. I went all through school and never met another Rachel until I got to high school. So
Okay.
it's interesting.
Oh, the tiny dog.
Oh yeah. How many other Arnies do you know?
Not many.
Not many.
A couple, maybe.
So are you Arnie or you Arnold?
Arnold.
Okay.
Arnie.
Right.
Is there a
Not really. Sometimes people call me Ray or Rach. Or at work they call me Rach. Which my mom always used to be. Then when I was, she was like, no, her name is Rachel. And it's not Rach.
No!
And Rach isn't as cool as Ernie is.
I did. I
So,
color coordinated.
yeah. So, second place.
Yeah,
Third
like I
time.
said,
Okay.
And are you a member here? Are you a
I'm
regular?
somewhat regular, somewhat. Obviously, since I saw you. Just for me.
My visits are sort of sporadic, a few times a year.
Yeah.
Usually in the summer. I live in Monroe.
Oh, yeah, that's
So I don't drive to Toledo much in the winter time.
Right.
If I'm going to have a cocktail or something.
right.
Yes, I usually stay pretty close to home.
But I'm not sure whether.
Yeah.
Depending on what the
Exactly.
12 bucks.
So yeah, I live in Monroe. But I love Toledo. I've been to Toledo for a lot of things because there's nothing in it. So
Yeah. Well, Toledo's a nice, big little town. You know, it's not Detroit, but it's, you know, you get around, we got some nice parties.
restaurants are all that.
Yeah.
Revolution Grill.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite restaurants.
Okay. You're a restaurant.
I do the kind of like food. I worked in restaurants for a long time. So and I know so Revolution Grill, I found it online. So I rate reviews and I pull up and it's in a strip mall. And I was like, I was ready to turn around the restaurant and the strip mall.
Right.
But great food. Fabulous. Like one of the best restaurants in Toledo, for sure.
Yeah.
Have you been there? Try it. You will love it. Have you been to Revolution Grill?
It's been a while,
Oh, do you like it? It's my favorite restaurant in Toledo.
we had a very good meal when we were there.
And then they have a happy hour where they have like $5 flatbreads and $5 signature cocktails for the week. So if you can take it in happy hour, do it. I can't unfortunately because I work north of Detroit. So
Oh.
yes, I drive an hour a week from where I
Oh,
live.
wow.
I drive.
Yeah.
No, I'm working. I'm north of Detroit now. I work in Redford.
Try everything.
So I have an hour commute now.
Almost.
It is, but
You gotta draw the line at certain
Right.
places.
Right.
nice for outside sales. I'm inside sales now, so I can save on Friday, Friday, 8 to 5. But
Some places you can only go so far.
but I was working when I was out in sales, so it was Friday.
It's,
To Western.
my husband saw this guy who said,
Wow.
So I'm glad to be
he never, winners never quit. He said, I quit smoking 2 years ago. So I quit and I'm a winner, you know. So it's like everything's got its opposite.
right now it's equipment.
You can get philosophical on that.
Well, you could. I said, oh my God, there's a ton of things. Right. Honestly, you should quit and then you'd be a winner. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right,
So,
but see, it's not quitting.
The company I work with.
If you're smoking, and you decide that smoking is bad for your health, but smoking is something you feel that you have to do. And in order to stop smoking, you have to begin a battle. You never really quit anything. You re-begin something. You begin something new against something that already existed. Therefore, you're starting over. So when you quit, you win.
and you know what? It wasn't health. It wasn't anything. It was his daughter's tears. As she said, I want you to live and see your grandparents. Nothing that I said over all the years. My father coughing himself to death. Daughter daughter's tears, I want you to see your grandson. The next day, he's well. No, nothing. He stopped. Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
I was married, and my wife, nothing that I said to her can get her to quit smoking. I'm allergic to it, doesn't do well with it.
He was always down south.
She did smoking any of the vehicles, even if no one was in. She didn't smoke. If I was in the front room, she would come back porch. If I was in the kitchen, she would come front porch. You know, she was real good about it. And if she smoked, she would put on a heavy jacket or heavy sweater when she went out to smoke, and she would come inside and take it off. And then she would go and, you know, ruffle her hair up a little bit to make sure it didn't hold the smoke. She was real good about it. Nothing that I would say, you know, spend $5 a day on cigarettes. You're talking about you want to go do this. Well, if you didn't spend $5 a day, you could go do that. So if I don't buy 3 pops a day and you don't smoke a bag of cigarettes a day, then we could do this as a family. Nothing. One day we're in the mall. And I looked and I was like, smoker. I said, she looks like she's 60. She's probably 35 to 40 at best. Smoking. I said, how do you know? I said, I can point out every smoker in here just because of the fact that smoke ages your face really bad. It induces the wrinkles. You can tell a smoker's prematurely aging face over a non-smoker. Now, I said, she's like 50. I said, I'll give you 40, and I'll also give you she smokes. Okay? She's like, no, she's not a smoker. She's just
Yeah, my captain always
no BS. She asked about that. Mentioned it.
Okay, we're gonna start out hard and we'll go with it softer.
Next day, never smoked.
Yeah, you did something. Things that hit you.
Hey, tomorrow's, get some fun.